The Old Man and the Sea, questions 1. Well, this is a new section of the channel here, and of the a section, yes, it's not going to be a new playlist, it's going to be in the same playlist of The Old Man and the Sea, but it's a different section, okay? What is the purpose of this section? Answering questions, you know? And I strongly encourage you, if you are one of my students who is reading The Old Man and the Sea, or if you are just a follower here in the channel and you have been reading it, I strongly encourage you to send me your questions. I don't have the answers for all of them, but I can search, I can try to answer them. And it means that you are going as deep as to know that, you know, some parts are a little bit obscure, you know. I'm very afraid when my students read a book and it's a difficult book and they say they don't have any questions. I'm very afraid, because probably they are in that level where they still don't know that they don't know, okay? So there is a phase in our evolution of knowledge that we don't know, we ignore a lot of things, you know. So I'm very, very afraid when I see people not having questions, you know. So again, I strongly encourage you to send the questions, okay? You can send in the comments here. The questions I'm going to answer today are, I think, 2 questions by one of the TC students, teacher's course students. First, she asked me about, you know, right in the beginning of the book, the old man is talking to the boy, and they're talking about this guy the boy works for that is kind of blind, because he has been, he has gone turtling for a long time, okay? Turtling, by the way, is when you hunt turtles, okay? And the man was practically blind, and my student asked me what is the relation between being blind and hunting turtles. Now imagine the scene. If you hunt turtles, you probably are going to use, at that time, you're going to use a spear, alright, to kill the turtle. So you will spend a long time, you know, searching for turtles. And you will have to look deeply into the water, alright, to see if you can spot any of them. But as you look deeply into the water, the sun will reflect, you know, will hit the water and reflect back to your eyes, and that may hurt your eyes if you do that for a long time, okay? Apparently, sorry for my ignorance, but apparently there was a way people use, that is, you know, you get one of those fish that parasite, you know, bigger fish or turtles in that case, and they kind of find the turtle. So apparently you can follow those fish, or you can tie, I think you have to catch the fish and you tie a line to this fish, and then the fish kind of guides you where the turtles are. I don't know if the old man did that when he used to hunt for turtles, and that's why his eyes are very good, even though he went turtling a long time, you know, in his past career. Well, the second question is about vocabulary, okay? So the difference between furl and coil, or unfurl and uncoil. Those would be the verbs, right? Unfurled would be the adjective, an unfurled flag. Uncoiled would be the adjective again, or the verb in the past in both of cases, of course. Uncoiled line. Okay. First of all, it's interesting to have this broad notion that in many occasions words kind of mean the same thing, but they are kind of specialized for specific areas, okay? You can do that exercise, you know, in Portuguese or in English. You will see that there are many words that they do almost the same thing, but we prefer to use one kind of word in a context and another kind of word in another context, all right? For example, out of the blue here. Let me see. I don't know. Well, I'll give you the example of the question. So even though both of them you have this idea of collapsing, you know, furl and coil. I'm not talking about the opposite yet, but they're the same, right? When you coil something, probably you're talking about a line or something of the kind. Why? Because you're going to do something like this, okay? So this is a coil, right? So I'm coiling this cord here, okay? So this is coil, right? And now I am uncoiling. I really hoped it was more smooth, but you got the point, right? I am uncoiling the line here. Now, a nice technique to get those small differences is to connect the word with the surroundings of the words, with the words they go well with. So coil and uncoil go well with a line, with a rope, okay, with a wire, things like that, okay. Straps as well. Now furl. What kind of words go well with furl? An umbrella, mainly a flag, okay? So a flag is not something... Let me do something very didactic here, because you know, you can't imagine how didactic I am. Of course, I am didactic, but not so well prepared, right? Because if I were well prepared, I would have thought about the extra material before, and I wouldn't be looking for the material in front of the camera. Oh, I found it. Okay, so this is my vest here, my coat, right? So imagine this is a flag, okay? So if I furl the flag, I do like this. Okay? Now the flag is furled. And you could think about the same idea for sails on a boat, right? Just to make the difference explicit, and after this is furled, you could kind of coil it like this. And if the flag was stored like this, first you would have to uncoil the flag and then unfurl the flag, okay? If you Google the image of unfurl, you'll see that for plants, you know, there's a plant that is like coiled, and we say unfurl, right? What can I tell you about that? Keep in mind the original meaning, and sometimes you're going to have specific cases, right? So, because a plant is not just a line, because it has leaves as well, even though you have an action like this, we prefer to say that the, I don't know, the leaf or the small spray, I forgot how to say it, the small branch, there's a spray. The small spray is unfurling, even though it's going like this, but it's also opening. Okay, so there you have it about the relation between turtling and being blind, and the two words unfurled and uncoiled.